Hello there my RPG lovers and welcome to another video. When it comes to Greedfall, we talked about the gameplay, factions, companions, the world and almost everything else that I consider to be really important in an RPG. The reason we didn't mention the length of the game before is because we still didn't have any particular information about this. It was mentioned once in one older article that I already covered on the channel before, but it was kinda vague. Today we got some fresh news about the length of Greedfall, but we also have the exact numbers of endings that this game offers. As always, before we continue, consider subscribing for more RPG content and click on the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. The CEO of Spiders, Jen Rousseau, did an interview with Escapist magazine and she revealed a couple of really interesting things about Greedfall. If you've been wondering how much hours can you invest in a single playthrough, this should answer your question. Some playtesters said they were playing around 40 hours doing some side quests, but not all of them. Rousseau said they were saying that if maybe they've done all the quests, it would have been 4 or 5 hours more. I think that it really depends on how far you go into the crafting system, into exploration and into the side quests, because there are plenty of them. If you just go through the main quest, it will be far shorter, maybe 30 hours or something. So we'll have at least 30 hours only for the main quest and about 15 to 20 additional hours if you want to do all the optional stuff. I must remind you that Spiders mentioned multiple times before how Greedfall doesn't have any fetch quests, so I assume that all of those side quests will be worth doing. They mentioned crafting system as well, and I really do believe that a lot of players will use it since it's really in depth and it looks interesting. Also, bear in mind that the gameplay time is really hard to estimate because it mostly depends on your playstyle. But judging by these numbers, I would say that the average playtime will be around 40 hours, which is really decent for one playthrough. But if you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I really like RPGs with strong replay value. It seems like Greedfall will have multiple reasons for starting a new game. Maybe you want to try a different character build, choose different options in quests, or bring different companions with you. In the same article, Yen also confirmed that Greedfall will have multiple endings. The game will have multiple different endings too, which will depend on both decisions made throughout the game and your relationship with your various party members. It's really role-playing, continue Yen. Some endings can be seen as bad by some people or good by some others, and I'm okay with that. We really want these different endings to not just be moralistic imposed choices made by us. We talked a lot about the relationship with our companions before and how our decisions will affect them. It will be curious to see the interaction between our companions and their reactions to our decisions, especially if I decide to be a jerk, which I will. Since all of our companions belong to different factions, I'm guessing that every major decision we make while doing the main quest will have a big impact on them. We also know that companions can leave you and even become your enemy, but since this scenario is really extreme, I think it will be easily avoidable. Knowing that we still have proper RPGs with no microtransactions and similar predatory practices is a great feeling. And yes, I know, Spiders team is small, but we should definitely support studios like this now more than ever. Especially those studios who are not afraid to do different things and be really ambitious. Even though their previous titles were not so critically acclaimed, they managed to gather a solid following, and I truly believe that Greedfall will be the game that puts them on the map. The release date is getting closer and closer. If you want to know more about this game, you're on the right channel. I plan to cover Greedfall in depth with tips and guides and everything you should know about this game in general. So be sure to subscribe for more RPG content like this. I do in-depth guides, news and reviews. Special thanks to my patrons and YouTube exclusive members, and if you as well want to become one, all the links are in the description. See ya in the next one.